Hey, how y'all doing? It's Cooking with Dave once again. I'm Dave. Y'all know the deal. World's greatest chef and all that. New Mexico or not, still world's greatest chef. I haven't learned a lot about cooking here in New Mexico because I'm 7,500 feet above sea level. And I have learned recently that cooking is different when you're high in altitudes. Things take longer, you have to use higher temperature. It's crazy. The boiling point of water at 7,500 feet above sea level is 198 degrees. So things don't cook as hot here as you'd like for them to, so you have to use higher temperatures and you have to cook a little longer. But I'm learning. Everybody say, Dave, where have you been? Y'all know last year, last spring, I was finishing up my college degree. I graduated in May, got my degree in education from Liberty University. And I pretty much took the summer off and we moved to New Mexico. So, Dave, why did you move to New Mexico? We moved to New Mexico. My wife took a job working for Indian Health Services here on the Navajo Reservation in Crown Point, New Mexico. She's a nurse practitioner. So she's a healthcare provider. So she's providing health care to the native population of this area. Reason why, what was the big hook for us was they promised that they would pay back a portion of her student loans for each year that she worked here. But once we got here, we found out that wasn't true. Also found out that we would be living in a double-wide trailer in New Mexico at 7,500 feet above sea level, where it's cold. It's quite cold here, 7,500 feet above sea level. Being from South Carolina, I ain't about the snow and the cold. Pretty much snows on the ground here from December to March, from what I understand. It's pretty much melted. It hasn't snowed a couple weeks. So it's melted, except for my yard. Of course, I still have snow, but it's all right. I bought a couple motorcycles, and me and my son traipsing around the dunes and the hills and the dales, riding motorcycles. It's been a lot of fun.
Dave's gonna do it. You're gonna do it, Dave! Woo! Diggity dog.
Till it got too cold. Too cold for me, you know. I'm South Carolina. I don't know about cold. We have an ice storm once every 10 years, you know, but it ain't like this. Cold. In the negatives. Like -4 it was. You with me? Cold. It's time to look around New Mexico and see what we think about it. And we like what we've seen so far. Everybody's real friendly in New Mexico, and it's a beautiful country. Everywhere you look, it's just a scenic view. Mesas and vistas, and it is beautiful. I have a video. I made this video like, I don't know, Thanksgiving year before last. I didn't put it up because I wasn't sure. I didn't really like it. The duck that I used was too big, but since then I've used a smaller duck and it came out wonderful. Just don't use such a big duck. Use a small to medium-sized duck. What is that? I don't know, 3-4 pounds maybe. The one I used was pretty big. 5 pounds, maybe 6, and it was just too big and tough. When birds get that big, chickens or ducks get that big, just got tough. Wasn't happy about it, but it is a good dish. It is a good way to cook the duck. So y'all check it out. Let me know what you think. All right, I'm gonna take my cast iron pot, put a little vegetable oil in. Now, I'm not gonna use a lot of vegetable oil. I only want to use about, y'all see that? About that much in there. See what comes up on my finger? Y'all see that? So that's about, I don't know, 1/2 inch of oil. Just about a 1/2 inch, but a little tiny bit more than a 1/2 inch. Just a 1/2 inch of oil. We just want to fry the outside of our duck. So about a 1/2 inch of oil. Gonna put the lid on it. Washed off my duck, unpackaged him. Thaw your duck out however directions tell you to. I put my duck in the big bowl, He's cleaned off. He's ready to go. I'm gonna spice him up. Y'all know how we're gonna spice it up. You know I'm gonna hit it with some salt. I'm gonna hit it with some pepper, some more pepper, and some more pepper. How about some more pepper? A little more pepper, because we're gonna do both sides. I'm gonna roll it around, so we want to get both sides. Garlic powder, garlic powder, garlic powder. Onion powder, onion powder, onion powder. And look, I got some fancy Italian seasoning. It's Italian herbs, just different manufacturers, still Italian seasoning. And they put some, only they add red peppers. Y'all see the red? That's the dried red peppers they add to their Italian herb, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I'm just going to rub all that around, try to get it covered on all sides, everybody, with the spices, everywhere. Throw the pan on the floor, it'll be alright. Alright, rub it around. Everybody's covered with some spices. I am just going to cover this bad boy in flour. Just gonna put some flour on there, and I'm just gonna make sure every part of him on the outside is covered in flour. Alright, I'm gonna oil on high. I'm gonna heat to about 350, and then when I put the duck in a couple minutes, I'll turn the stove down to medium, maybe a little higher than medium, medium high depending on your stove. You want to keep the oil hot, but you don't want to keep it 350. Oil temperature is going to drop down about 300 degrees, 290. If you want to check your oil, you can take a little bit of that flour you're getting ready to use and you could hit it like that, see it fizz up. Hey, oil must be ready. That's all we want, fizz up. So I'm taking my duck, flouring him up. I'm going to put him, it doesn't matter I guess, but I'm going to put him breast side down to start with. Don't burn yourself. About a minute or so. I'm just going to try to roll it onto its side without hurting nobody, especially me. That's a big duck. Looks like a small turkey, don't it? Somebody trying to hurt me. We'll fry it on the side a little bit. Alright, we've been frying about a minute on the side. Now, I kept my heat on high this whole time so far. On the back side. I'm cooking about a minute on the back side. Now I'm going to try to roll it to the other side we haven't been on yet, without hurting nobody. And I'm going to remove this duck. Get yourself a nice sturdy plate or a big dish you can put the duck in temporarily. We're going to put it back in the pot. So first we're going to take it out, trying to hurt nobody. Set it aside. I'm going to dump this all out. And we're going to use some tomatoes. Because I like tomatoes. I just dumped all that oil out. And now I'm going to make sure there's a little bit of oil down the bottom of the pan. You turn my stove back on. I'm going to put it on medium. Medium. Maybe a little less than medium. And I'm going to put me some onion. I have one whole chopped up onion right there. A little salt. And a little pepper. More pepper. I will hit that with some Italian herbs. Onions, some garlic. All up in there. Man, it's going to be good. Alright. Now I'm going to move these onions and garlic out to the sides. I don't want them to burn up if they don't have to. I just want them to kind of hang on while we cook the duck. Now I'll take my duck and I'm going to set it right back down in there. And then I'm just going to throw the lid on it until the internal temperature reaches 170. I have been cooking duck here about 15 minutes I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomatoes. 2 cans of tomatoes. I'm gonna dump them right on there. And I'm gonna add a little juice. We're gonna start this bad boy to stewing. Alright, let's take a look at the duck. Looking all good. This duck's so big, I wound up cooking it for, I don't know, 2.5 hours until I got up to 170 finally. And I turned it off about 10 minutes ago. Kind of let it sit there and settle. Become somebody. Got me some rice on a plate. I'm gonna take me some rice. I'm gonna put some duck on it. Check out this leg here. So it looks like, oh, looks good. Falling apart, juicy. Y'all see that? Tender. Can't hardly get it off there. Falling apart. Oh, that looks good. Get a little breast action going on here. Some of that. See it look good. See that dark meat? Dark meat throughout when you got duck going on. Juicy. It's a cool thing about dark meat stays juicy. Doesn't dry out like a turkey or a chicken breast. Nice. Give me some of this juice, some of those tomatoes. Put it on top of my rice. Some onions in there. Looking good. Some more tomatoes. And that's what I call duck a la Dave. Duck, tomatoes, and rice. It's gonna be good.